Hey, it's the Chubby Bartender Podcast with your host, Jason Gillum and Chad Reynolds. With a special guest each week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hey, we're back.
Hey, we're back.
Back at it, boys. Hey, Apple Festival week. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
To the Apple
Happy
beers.
Apple Festival.
Got your local
Apple beer. And I
hunch.
I got I got a weird beer going here.
Brought Jake one there from 6 Cents. Didn't bring me one.
Yeah. Well, my bad, dude. I didn't know. I just grabbed two.
They were delicious. We had some win Friday.
Yes,
Me and
Friday
Luke.
up there. Yeah, me and Luke got on it.
Yeah.
It was a hunch.
That was legit.
Yeah, boy, Luke really enjoyed that.
I like the hunch.
He enjoyed his time in Jackson. He's really been tuned into the show. He had gotten behind. Now he's
back.
He's binging. Yeah, he's binging to catch up right now. So.
Keep listening.
But
Luke.
he skipped ahead
Try to
and
catch up, Luke.
and was already talking about the rugby guy.
Was he?
He was talking about Corey.
You probably haven't seen that one yet, have you? So we had the University of Rice's new rugby coach.
Just
on
came out today, didn't it?
yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah.
Yesterday. So, but hey, we got to thank some people.
Yeah, we do. Hey, I'll tell you who I want to start with.
Okay.
Because I've now figured out the points portion of the app. And I saw you went live trying to perhaps get us a parking spot over there.
I did.
And I didn't feel as though that had a great reception.
Well, I'm still
Because nothing's been done yet.
subtle hints.
Okay.
Subtle hints.
Okay.
You know, he's Mun's a mountain.
Yeah, but
Not a molehill.
but now let me quickly say, the Munn family. I mean, over 40 years in business in this area, and let me tell you something. You know, I'm a guy. You know, trials and tribulations of obesity. I've obviously had a McDonald's hamburger or two in my life.
Yes, me too.
And I stop. Yeah, I stop. I stop at a lot of McDonald's, but I'll tell you what, man, they're top notch.
I used it in Chillicothe too the other day.
Yeah, well, I mean, and Munn, the ones that Munn has are the best.
Oh, absolutely. Mun's is by far the quickest.
Yeah, they're outstanding.
Outstanding. Cleanest.
Yep.
Yep.
And I just want to give them a shout out for all they do for our communities.
Absolutely.
Go to McDonald's, folks.
Yep. Thank you, Brad and Sarah Munn of Jackson, Wilson, Oak Hill, and MacArthur McDonald's. We appreciate you. Yeah. He even stepped up this week, Munn did, and he donated $500 worth of gift cards to the guys that from Buckeye Hills that helped with the Apple Festival.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, he jumped right in there.
That's the kind of stuff he does.
He's
I think that's awesome.
the dude. He's unreal. I mean, you know, he just.
I just wonder if it becomes second nature. You know, just you know.
You wonder if he's a giver or is he a taker? I mean, you know, because
I think he
just gives so much.
I think he just really enjoys giving.
I think he does too.
Yeah,
I think he really likes it. Yeah,
makes him smile inside.
Sarah especially.
Oh, heck yeah.
Sarah's probably got a bigger heart.
Well,
than Brad.
I mean, you know, she drinks Bush apples at 8 a.m.
So her do it. It was on the book and Instagram.
So,
but hey,
anybody that does that is
thank you, Brad and Sarah. We appreciate you. Who else we got?
Well, tell me about insurance rates.
Made a life insurance post the other day, and phone's been ringing off the hook about it. Hey, you people right now need to listen to somebody about life insurance.
Yes.
Right now it's too cheap.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you something, man. Just seriously, here on the thing.
Yep.
All right, now, type 2 diabetic, high blood pressure.
You're going to be rated, but you're going to be able to
get you think they would issue a policy?
A standard issue. It would be a standard with a rating.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you could get a term policy.
Absolutely. Yep.
Unbelievable.
Now, you know.
See, now, I mean, Pudge, we worked in a day when that was.
There's a time of your life where they may not.
Right.
You know, but right now, you at your age, yes.
48?
Yes, 70?
No, yeah. But I mean, like, what is the life insurance? Where's the sweet spot right now? I mean, it used to just be like back when we were in it. I mean, you start getting about 35, they start scratching their head a little bit. Now you're saying that's extending into the 50s?
Oh, yeah, 60s.
Okay.
60s,
wow, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's impressive.
And here's
people are living longer, though, aren't they?
I was reading an article this morning about it, and here's what people don't understand about the life insurance business right now. In my opinion, it's going to be no cheaper than it is right now, because what you're seeing right now is a blow to the life insurance industry.
A lot of payouts, dude.
You know, whenever they rated your term insurance 10 years ago, and 2% of those people were going to pass away, that number's not 2% anymore.
No, boy. Yeah.
And I mean, I don't see how it can go anywhere but up. So I think it's the cheapest it's ever going to be right now.
Right now. Nice.
So give us a call, 740-GILLIAM Insurance, 740-395-0357. Shoot me an email, jason.gilliam@american-national.com.
Hey, let's talk about the best engineers in town.
You mean Geiger Brothers Construction?
Geiger's
Over on
Geiger
Ralph Street?
Brothers, yes.
Scott Massey. I haven't seen him.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been wanting to see him.
I wonder if he's gotten real skinny and he just blends into the crowd.
Maybe I saw him running, didn't know it.
Well, could be.
Massey, you're doing good. You're looking good, Massey.
Nothing I'd put past him.
Nope, give them a call, 740-286-0800. Geiger Brothers Construction, top notch. Another big community supporter. So thank you guys for everything that you do. We appreciate you sticking with us. And
hey, speaking of Massey and all this, he's got you boxing.
He does.
Over earning the day at AP Prep.
Listen. So I've been taking Gibson over there.
Yeah,
all right?
yeah.
Not for football. I've told you this.
Oh, yeah. It's just a good idea.
Yeah, we're having, as a father-son.
Yeah.
Okay, listen. As a father-son, he goes and does his workout, and while I'm doing that, while he's doing that, I do the boxing.
Yeah.
Having a ball.
Now, was that initially your plan, or did you get over and start looking around and say, well, I'm going to do that?
Gabe.
Oh,
I said, when's Gibson's class going to be? And he said, Mondays at 5:30. He said, hey, there's also a boxing class at that point if you want to get back in.
You want to step in there, yeah.
And I said, well, sure. So, if you want your kid to be literally like Gibson, I literally saw it this week. He dropped down, like we were like waiting on something. He's like, Daddy, you want to see a push-up?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, yeah. And he goes, look, and his push-ups used to just look sloppy as hell.
Oh yeah, I mean a kid has to learn the proper way.
A kid has to, he's 6, at this time, or 7, and by God, he jumped down there and he was squared up, and by God, he did a push-up, and I was like, shit.
Well, see,
he's been 2 or 3 times.
Well, it shows you that they're learning how to do things the correct way.
Well, he's listening. The guys that they have over there, they must be easy to listen to because if my son listened to them, they're doing something right.
Does he hold his attention and everything really well?
Seems to. He knew all the workouts. He's loving it. He looks forward to going. We usually go.
So both of you just jump in the truck. I mean, just sweating.
Yeah. And go. Just be, he's just learning how to move. He's around great people. It's been really good. So they earn the day over there. So look them up at apprep.info. You'll check it out. You'll get your assessment. So if it's your first time, send them an email. Tell them they'll bring you in. They'll session. They'll tell you where they're going to plug you in at. They'll give you the options on all the times.
Yep.
Easy as pie. Easy as pie.
Go see them.
Go see them. That's it, right?
Yeah. Hey, man.
Hey. We've been.
Oh my! How long we've been waiting to get this?
Listen,
guy on
probably since the beginning.
Yeah.
At least last year.
I mean, this is one of our favorite topics.
He has stood us up dozens of times. How many times have you stood us up, Stephen? How many times has he stood us up? At least once. At least once. At least maybe twice. Yeah. So and we just keep inviting you. But ladies and gentlemen of the WarX, which stands for War Experience Obstacle Course Race System. Are you the president? Are you the?
What title do you want, Jay?
What title do you want?
Yeah, you can take any of them right now.
I'll take event coordinator.
Event coordinator.
It's kind of soft compared when you could choose from like president, king.
Potentially, I could be a czar.
What can we call John?
John would be the czar.
John would be the czar. Okay. All right. So, hey, I've talked about your bunch on the show numerous times.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful group of people. So, welcome to having us. Cheers, gentlemen.
Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely.
For coming in.
Cheers.
That's great. We've been a long time.
Yes.
So, hey, I want to hear all about it. I want to hear. I know a little bit about this. Chad knows a little bit about this. But so now, you're with the Richards family now. You've kind of got with them, and I think I know you guys know I feel this way, but I feel like that is just some of the best country in our area. Like I just love it out there. I'm out there all the time. I'm out there probably more than most people.
It's beautiful out there.
It's you and you're doing something super cool with it. So, you guys. So all of you guys that I noticed. So tell us. So it's called the War Experience or WarX.
How did this happen? Where did the idea come from?
Right. No.
Give us from Genesis to where we are right now.
All right. Well, honestly, this started in a garage. We started talking about a couple trips that we'd make every year, canoe trips usually with a bunch of friends of ours, and we said, what can we do to make this trip that much worse for everybody? Because we always know that the best experiences and the ones that never have any problems, they're not well received as a story. You can tell somebody about how great your vacation was, and they're bored in about 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Right.
But you tell them how bad it was, and they want to hear what happened. That's how it started. So we started to think, what could we do to our friends, our family, make their trip, the canoe trip at the time, the worst. And then we started to think, hey, maybe this is something other people would want to enjoy and, want to suffer through.
Yeah.
So WarX was born kind of in the garage, talking about taking trips and doing something that would cause maybe a lot of pain, a lot of anguish.
Yeah.
And that was exciting. So we went from there, and it kind of spurred off, and we came up with this WarX Racing, where we could incorporate a wartime atmosphere and let other people see what it was like to maybe experience more hardship than just dealing with the obstacles in front of them. Also dealing with what was around them at the same time.
Yeah.
So, it's grown in such a way that we've had so much fun with it. We have as much fun, I think, as the participants on race day.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're out there, we're laughing our heads off too. I mean, they're out there, we surprise some people. We get excited about that. But we started in a place that was not exactly ideal for it. And that's where we met the Richard brothers. And
And me.
it was, talk about a absolute just, it's something that just had to happen. We met up with Stephen Richards, and he came out to help. He said, hey, I just want to, I heard about you guys. I want to help out. And we met them. He said, hey, I'd like to help you out. So I think what we think happened is, after the fact, is that it was about a 2-year interview.
Yeah.
It was about a 2-year interview.
/ sales pitch.
Yeah,
I can see
yeah.
that. I can see that.
They had a family farm. They had a family place where they did a lot of business with the local community, and they didn't know us. And as much as they liked us initially, I think that it was a time for them to see, is this a fit for us? Because we're not going to be doing the apples anymore. We're not going to be doing the orchard anymore, the fruit farm. And they said, is this something that can advance, our family as well as the community? And it was a fit. They saw our, I think they saw that our commitment to, promoting wounded veterans and law enforcement, firefighters, all the people that serve our community, they saw how important that was to us, and that more important than anything else, that's what we cared about. So I think that at that point they decided, hey, you know what? Let's invite them to take a chance, and let's go from there. And that's where we are now.
Well, so tell us about tell us about these actual races. So, whenever you first started off, you've kind of always started off with this idea of the race itself is a war experience, right?
Right.
So, if you sign up to run this race, you're going to simulate running through what?
A war zone.
A war zone.
Right.
For how many miles?
We usually go from 6 to 8 miles. Yeah. This year, this race is just over 6 miles initially. So the thing is, we can't really simulate what it's like to be in a war zone because no one's life is in danger. Obviously. That being said, we do everything we possibly can as far as explosives, live fire, everything on the course that no other place can do, because the fact that we can utilize a property that is advantageous to us, and that people that agree with what we're doing have said, yes, you can do this. So no public property would allow us to do this. So it allows us to create an atmosphere, the noise, the sounds, everything that we need.
And on top of that, it's like a world-class obstacle race, correct?
And we've been building big this year. Big time. So, we've got some serious obstacles. Okay, so there's some obstacles. Everything is very different. So, a lot of stuff that you see out there right now is canned obstacles, as we would call them.
Canned? Okay.
Things that you see every single time you go out there.
Okay.
The same races. And as much as like, that is something people can prepare for, and and everybody enjoys preparing for something. And I agree 100%. If you're going to train and lift weights and prepare for an obstacle course, it's awesome to know what you're getting into. Yeah. We like to add the element of not knowing what you're getting into. You know what? So you may or may not be prepared for what you're about to see on the course.
Okay. Yeah.
So there's some different obstacles out there. There are some very difficult obstacles out there, and there's also a lot of suffering that goes involved. That makes for a great Monday morning story, man.
Yeah.
Well, when somebody finishes that race, they feel like, hey, man.
Absolutely.
We saw that firsthand.
We could see it firsthand. We were standing there serving actually beers when they got done with the course, and I'll tell you what, man, the well-deserved cold beer at the end of that thing.
They're just looking to hang out, and they're done for a minute.
But
there.
boy, they were excited to tell the story. Though you could see then nobody wanted to leave.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody just kind of hangs out there.
Who's in charge of the obstacles? How do you?
We have an amazing build crew. My dad is one. He's had 40 years of construction service.
Scariest man alive.
Yeah.
He can be scary at times.
Did you meet him?
I actually, the night before Jeeping for Joy, I came out there and they were all there, and I actually hung out, got to talk with him for about a half hour or more there in the Apple House. And prior to that, I think I would have been scared to approach him.
Yeah.
But he came up and started talking to me, and
I think I've guilted him now. He always comes over and is real nice to me now. And I'm like, I don't care how nice you are, Dad. You still scare the shit out of me.
I made the comment to him. He was actually drinking like a Truly or like a seltzer or something. And he's like, "Oh, Busch Light, huh?" I go, yeah. I go, "Man, I got to be honest with you, man. You had me pretty bad intimidated the last time I was out here." He's like, "I don't understand that. I don't even remember you, man." I go, "Well, I'm not saying a word to you about drinking a seltzer ever." But no, what a great guy, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one theme I would say, Jake, is, what a team you've built, man. And I don't know whether it's primarily like family or guys you served with. Could you talk a little bit about that? Like how you chose your team and how it came together? Yeah,
best friends and family all the way through. Everybody there is, well, we consider everybody there now family. Some have been, lifelong friends that we've grown up with. And you guys have been out there. We've
become big buddies, man.
Buddies, big time.
Big time.
And the thing is like there's a circle, and we're always, it's one of those funny things, from a movie, but the circle of trust.
Oh yeah,
we bring it into the circle of trust, and it's a tight circle, but at the same time, that is who we have building the course. We can trust everybody on the course to know that they're going to do the right thing. They're going to, look out for everybody. And that's what we care about. That's all we care about. We want to make sure that nobody obviously gets hurt on the course.
Right.
But we also want to give them maximum amount of experience.
So do you guys everybody's sitting around, it's like, hey man, I got an idea for an obstacle.
Right.
Is that kind of how it starts?
Absolutely.
And then everybody kind of shoots it around and says, hey, this is,
Or you got to pretty well bring a drawing.
Oh yeah, there's a drawing. There's always a drawing, and there's always a whiteboard. My brother-in-law Mike Metter, Apache pilot, Army. If there's no whiteboard, he won't even begin. That's it.
Unless you can draw it.
No, he's just like, where's the whiteboard?
Yeah.
We're like, we don't have a whiteboard this time. Well, let's not even start then.
Yeah.
It has to have a whiteboard because you throw ideas up there. If they stick, if they don't, you wipe them away. And we come up with some crazy ideas.
You would have to.
Oh, it's fun. We have a blast. Yeah. It's the whole time. It's just a great time to be with family, friends, and then offer something for people to come out there and just have a great time.
It's like the whole crew are just solid people. You do it Jeeping for Joy even. Whenever you were down in the woods and you saw that they were there, you're like, oh, okay.
We're okay.
Everything's going to be just fine.
We're okay. It's like, all those guys are there. We're good.
There'll be no dipshits out here.
You'll never feel safer than around that crew right there.
No.
Now, so like with those guys that are in the circle of trust like that, like I assume like you knew almost everybody that you bring in, or is this like
There's some
guys that say, "Hey, man, I'd like to be involved in this"?
There are some new guys. One of our first events, we had a Keith Wallace and a Bobby, and they came out and they were participants in our race. It actually wasn't a race at the time; it was a survival event. So we do two different types of events. We do a race and we do a survival type event. The survival event was our initial idea. And that is very intense. That is, we can capture you. We can use a lot of different things on you to utilize to make the event as real as possible. We keep a lot of it secret, though.
But you guys are all like, let's go back. The reason that you guys do the war experience, you guys are all veterans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you guys are all like, I've talked to you about this. I don't know how to address, the Army or anything.
All right.
Anything, rank, nothing. But you guys are a pretty big deal.
Right? No, I mean, we're you know what? We're just like all the other veterans out there,
Well, but I'm saying whenever you served, though, you guys were pretty high up there. Like,
some of
even
it,
now,
some
you're
of
a
them
helicopter pilot.
I'm a helicopter pilot now. I'm not in the Army. Yeah, I'm an EMS guy.
Yeah.
And but no, I mean, we've all served time. We've all done time in different places. I mean, whether you're National Guard, Air Guard, reservist, full time, it doesn't matter. I mean, everybody at this point, everybody's been deployed at some point. Everybody's been overseas, so it's irrelevant. I mean, there's a couple guys that are Navy SEAL on our team, or been a CB, done work there. It doesn't matter. We all meld together because you know what? Everybody has certain, you bring back certain wounds or whatever, or memories that you need to work out. I think that you guys
probably have a unique understanding amongst each other that only men that have been through it and in it would understand.
Well, and you know what? That's the thing is like, it's, that's not our only friends, but those guys, we all fit together really well there because we have a bond there. And understanding each other is a huge thing. I mean, we can sit and chat and talk and have a great time, and we could be friends for life. And, sometimes some people have problems with that, and they need to have other guys that have been there as well. And that's totally fine.
And that is a if I understand correctly, and don't let me put words in your mouth, Jake, but like one of the greater missions of WarX is also to help
absolutely
veterans that may be having a hard time.
That's our greatest mission.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could you talk a little bit about that?
Well, we are a partner of Operation Enduring Warrior, and their nonprofit is the most important thing in what we do. They're an all-volunteer organization, and a lot of nonprofits are not all volunteer. Yeah. I mean, you got CEOs and everybody that gets their money. Yeah. These guys, every one of them, are volunteer. They don't make any money. They volunteer their time. They go all over the nation, and they also will do anything, not just obstacle course racing or survival. They will take a guy skydiving. They will take a blind man to the top of a mountain if that's what he says he wants to do. If the guy has no legs and he wants to go to the top of a mountain or skydive or anything, they make it happen because they said, you know what?
They get the best in the world.
He wants to do it.
And he wants to
He's going to do it.
He's going to do it.
Absolutely.
Wish list or whatever.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to them. And what's really unbelievable about them is not only do they do it, they absolutely stay anonymous doing.
That's so cool.
We saw that.
Yeah.
And could you talk about, like, for people that may be considering participating in your event and things like that, there's also like a separate group that's going to take off, which is the Operation Enduring Warrior group. And they have the anonymous guys that could you speak a little bit about that? And those guys wearing the masks and stuff.
They're called the Masked Athlete. Yeah, the Masked Athlete team. And that's where, I'll bring up too, is that WarX is the official training site for the Masked Athlete team. Okay. So they come out there, and if you want to be a part of the Masked Athlete team, you train at WarX for it. Okay, you go through a grueling process
Right.
to make sure that it is not that you're physically capable, not only that, but that you are 100% about their program and doing it and being selfless. And what they do is they put these masks on, this gas mask. They wear them through whatever they're doing to remain anonymous, to put the light on the person that they're supporting. And they never take it off. They never take it off until it's all over and nobody sees them. So they remain anonymous, and that gas mask is obviously, for any athletes out there realize, or anybody realizes what a mask does to somebody.
Yeah.
It restricts your breathing. It makes everything harder. And they wear this thing all the way through a race, skydiving, climbing a mountain, just to make sure that they also remember what that guy next to him is doing.
So that team not only just helps with WarX, they do all of the mountain
all the year round.
How many of those guys are there, man?
Oh my gosh! Honestly, I hate to say it, but I don't know. But there are probably there's not a lot as many as you'd think. They're the few. They are the few, but they do it all over the country all the time, year round.
And they may climb a mountain one week.
Yep.
And then do
in October alone, they are.
Are they still enlisted people, or are they...
Some of them are. Some of them are still active duty. Some of them are not. Some of them are also disabled veterans as well.
Okay.
You will see masked athlete members that are missing limbs and have a lot of issues maybe themselves, whether it's PTSD. There's so many things out there that these guys not only just helping themselves. They're helping others and helping themselves at the same time. You know what I mean?
Are those guys like are they of a certain skill set? Is there like a required? Obviously the training they go through before that, but like, what backgrounds are those guys coming from? What type of dudes are we dealing with there?
I would say you're dealing with probably the most patriotic Americans there are. That's what I could say their background is, because there is nothing specific
but heart,
background that they have. There's no
wide variety.
It's a wide variety.
Yeah. I've met a lot of them at this point, and
there's something.
It amazes me, because every time I meet somebody, I'm like, oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Well, but I don't think I've ever walked away from it going, man. I know the few we met out there.
Yeah.
The one is, what great dudes, man.
Oh,
They give everything.
That's what
do.
you think about, like what they spent on the course that day, man. And just great dudes.
And they'll keep going and going and going and just give me some water. That's all they ask for.
Yeah.
Just continue. And they never take their mask off. They drink the water through a hose in their mask or a tube or whatever. Yeah. It's amazing. These guys are top fitness, and they maintain it just to help the person that needs to get through it.
Yeah.
So let's go back to what you said earlier about you have two types of races. You have the survival races, which was your original intent.
Right.
That's where I think in the beginning, that's where I saw you, and it was kind of scary.
It's very scary.
Yeah.
Our messaging was horrible.
Now, do you guys still do those?
Yes.
And he acknowledges it, Steven, because he's scared the shit out of a lot of people.
It was like
Yeah.
You guys should host it on Halloween or something.
Well, it's like, you didn't know. Are they going to kill you?
Yeah. Right.
We had no idea how to message this, because honestly, the crazy thing is everybody thinks that they come up with the only idea that they, and they're going to be, great. Yeah. This is something that nobody has ever done.
That was uncharted waters, yeah.
Yeah, it was totally uncharted waters. We had no idea how to market it. So we came out with a video that was downright frightening. With a price tag that was commensurate with what we were about to do, but nobody understood what it was.
Yeah.
So it was very not well received, I would say, initially.
Well,
it was difficult.
Shock factor.
It was a shock factor.
Are you getting, how many people sign up for the survival event versus the obstacle?
Okay, that's a great question. Yeah. So the survival event, initially, we pretty much had to give those tickets away initially, and talk people into, hey, trust me, you can do this. It's really good.
Yeah.
And we actually met some great friends.
Really? You saw grown men cry?
Yep. Right, and we won't. He knows who he is, but he is a great friend of ours today.
Okay.
He thanked us for it, and just an amazing
you
guy.
would kidnap these people in a race like a war experience.
We did. We kidnapped them. We chased them down. We terrified them for 24 hours, and in the end, they won. They took back what they were supposed to do. They did. They met the objectives. They did what we hoped they would do.
Okay.
Yeah, they did exactly what they were meant to do.
Okay.
And all we did was shift things throughout the night and make changes to allow them to make the right decision.
Yeah.
That's all they had to do. And, you know,
I mean, I bet you guys unlocked their like full potential. Though.
it was amazing.
Stuff they didn't know they had.
It was amazing. We had a few people have to bow out. It was too stressful, or there was an injury, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But it was such an intense experience, and it was so exciting. We had a blast.
Sweat and tears.
Yes.
With your dad involved?
Of course. I believe he was the arms dealer at
I'm
the time.
scared thinking about this.
He was involved. You had to meet him in the middle of the night, and he was the arms dealer.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That sounds horrible, Jake.
But
So when is the next survival event? Then?
well, and everybody keeps asking that because here's the God's honest truth. The survival event is the most stressful event for me.
Okay.
The survival event is also the most exciting event for everyone else running the event.
Yeah.
So everybody's asking, well, how do you,
Well,
you know,
the
when's the next
OCR has
one?
to be the other one has to just the top what do you call it? What do you call it?
Obstacle course race.
The obstacle you're called
Yeah.
the OCR. Okay, so that has to be an easier run or easier.
It's less stressful.
Yeah.
Obviously, the second everybody leaves, I'm worried, you know, that make sure everything goes well and nobody gets injured. You know, common things I'm sure across all obstacle course racing, but it's the plan has been completed at that point.
What's amazing as an observer out there is, I mean, you guys have that down to a science. I mean, the way you run that race, the way you start and stagger, I mean, you can tell it's like, well, I'm shocked that these guys have a military background. I mean, it's like,
Well,
I mean, it's
no, I mean,
it runs like a Swiss
does.
clock, dude. I mean,
it runs well the way we've run it in the past, and what we found though is that obstacle course racing requires a certain amount of standardization. Okay. That's one thing we've had to do, and that was unusual to us. Okay. We like the non-standard, obviously. Yeah. But we did have to standardize a couple things to make it more advantageous for everybody. Yeah. There is a level that we like that is non-standard. Obviously, explosions, gunfire, shooting on the course, our obstacles, all those can be non-standard. But there are some certain levels like timing and making sure everybody is fair. It's a competition. We got to make sure that works.
Yeah.
And so we've learned that. As much as we like our survival part, you know, I mean, the survival part's more exciting.
It was amazing how many people were here from all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, of course, OCR racing is a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
I assume you guys are carving out quite a unique niche.
Well, we would love to, and we're getting there.
Yeah.
We are getting there, and a lot of people, local races are the best races out there. You know, a lot of people race the big names all the time. They do them over and over and over again. And I think that's part of a comfort zone. Okay. People like a comfort zone. You like to stick where you're good. You know what your obstacles are. You hit your obstacles. You've trained for those obstacles. And people enjoy that. Well, you know, and that's fine. But the local races are where it's at because you really test yourself. You go out there with a crowd of people. You guys can run out there right now and say, you know what, that totally sucked, but I'm so glad I finished.
Oh, my. Yeah. I mean,
and it doesn't matter what the obstacle was.
Well, and it's kind of cool that you don't know all the obstacles because you're then kind of testing your own athleticism, your mental capability as far as problem solving.
Right.
And, you know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
A little bit different experience than one of the big guys where it's pretty much the same thing everywhere you go.
I mean, and you know what? I'm sure there's upgrades and stuff like that, and I'll never talk bad about them.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to do that either.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
But I've even seen people online complain.
Yeah.
You know what? I've done this again and again and again
Yeah.
and again, and literally 20 times a year, no matter what state they're in. The only difference is the terrain. The obstacles are the same. Yeah. Everything's the same. And you know what? I mean, I'm sure I would catch some flack for that. It goes, screw you. You're just mad about this. Right, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm right.
Right.
They're always the same. They can set up those obstacles. They can take them down. They can move them to another location the first time. They can't do that with ours.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, man. You guys have taken over the orchard there and just created
we love it.
That's got to be just an awesome blank canvas. Like when you guys
beautiful.
first saw it, were you like, oh, yeah.
We didn't even know what to do.
Yeah.
We didn't. We were like, where do we even start? I mean, this whole place is gorgeous, there's 700 acres there.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you guys have seen it.
It was cool to come back out there for Jeep and for Joy this year, and you see all these new obstacles, and I was like, oh, boy. I mean, that last obstacle you guys created there, it's like, oh, my God.
That's creepy.
Do that at the end of the race.
I know, I'm creeped out by it. I like it. It's hard. I get up and I'm like, Dad, why did I make it like this?
Yeah. Had you done like some obstacle course racing or just obstacle courses, of course, in your military training and stuff?
Well, yeah.
So, I mean, so you guys like all of a sudden were like, man, we can max out this genre.
Yeah. So, I mean, really, when we started getting into the obstacle course racing part, we were just like, you know what? None of us have done obstacle course races. And we looked around, we're like, how could we do this? And we've not done it. Mm-hmm. Well, there was one guy that did, and he was a brother-in-law, John.
Oh, okay.
John, which one's John?
John is from Jersey.
Have I met John?
Yeah, you have met John. Okay. Guarantee you have. John is...
Oh, John Suska.
Yeah.
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 Of course.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't want to name drop.
Yeah.
Oh.
John is the Jersey boy.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy's done them all. So John is the great equalizer when it comes to things.
Yeah,
we
okay.
start playing with ideas and building, and John's like, no. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Because nobody can do that, or they're not going to like that. Okay. And that's why our team is really good, because we have a lot of different levels.
That's going to do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean,
got to.
Yeah.
You got to.
I like John. It's funny to watch. John's a guy. I love it whenever he just kind of strolls in. He's got like this role.
He does.
And he always comes in and it just works out perfect. He just kind
He
of
never tells anybody when he's showing up either.
Yeah. I love it.
He is the typical Jersey boy.
Yes.
Take a Jersey
Yeah.
store.
Yeah.
There's a picture of John.
I enjoy just going out there and seeing you guys down here having fun.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure Steven's a lot like this. I mean, we just take it for granted.
Sure.
And I mean,
Oh, yeah.
And I mean that country out there. I mean, my goodness, just even the after parties that we've had out there have been, worth it. And it's just everything is just really working well out there.
Absolutely.
Good crew of people. It's just really doing well.
It's so important. It's so many people like in the obstacle course racing world, in the OCR, and with us, it's all about connections. Yeah. So many people come out to these races, not even for the challenge as much as just seeing their friends.
Sure.
They get to see other people that have had shared experiences. People like us, whether we've sat and played guitar or whether we've just chatted and talked and said, hey, man, this is fun. We laughed our asses off. It doesn't matter. The thing is like everybody comes out there for a shared experience of something. Yeah. And it seems like the most weird and awkward and worst experiences are always the best. Aren't they?
What an interesting approach to like. You're absolutely right. Like,
they're the best stories. They're the ones you remember. They're the ones you always come back to. You don't come back to like, oh, remember this perfect fire. You say, remember when we were sitting out there and we got drenched on, all our beer floated down the river and we had to go chase it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the one you remember. You don't remember when the beer was cold in the fridge. Right, man.
Yeah, it was too easy.
Yeah.
But so, like, is this becoming, or do you see it becoming? I'm sure you see it becoming, but I think it's already given on your followers and things like that you have? I mean, is this becoming a destination race?
That's what
for
we're
people
going for.
people that are in that world, that are racing,
Yeah.
6 races a year. 8
Yes.
Like, is this starting to get on some people's lists?
Yes.
To come and do? And I think that is awesome, man.
Yep.
I mean, because it's totally different than what anybody else is on.
It's fun.
Yeah. I mean, and
It is a different blast of experience, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's great how many people you bring into the area. I mean,
oh yeah.
I mean, especially out there. I mean,
Oh.
that's probably just as wide open as you're going to get.
Well, and you know what? I think we talked about this last year. But there were people from all over the place there. It wasn't like people were just coming from Ohio.
No.
I mean,
California,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Alabama, everybody.
And
yeah.
one thing we were saying is, man, what a great representation of Appalachia.
yeah.
Like if I could,
Clean.
if I could bring somebody like, hey man, where are you from? What is all like? If you could bring somebody down and show them that,
Yeah.
and the area around it. I mean, that'd be right up there with me. If somebody wants to know where I'm from,
That's
I mean,
a great
Hey,
point.
check it out, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like they hear things about Appalachia and what it's like.
Sure.
Well, man, you want to experience it? Come down there and check that out.
No, that's a great point.
Well, and
I mean-
it's almost becoming a venue for
Yeah.
Oh, I think it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I treat it as one.
Yep.
I mean,
it's more than just a race. There's a lot. There's 700 acres there.
Yeah.
And I mean, what do we use? Really about 300. I mean, other than trails.
Yeah.
We've set stuff up on, but so there's so much that you can do out there by all means.
I see it going nowhere but up.
Yeah. Well, we're excited about it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this year. So and it's next Saturday. And
Yeah.
So,
Next thing, so I assume you're living here until next
Oh
Saturday.
yeah, I'm living here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
so what's the trilogy?
So Trilogy is 3 races. It's
Okay.
the obstacle course race, which is the big one.
Okay.
6 to 8 miles. Then we have night ops. The night ops portion
your dad?
is more of he's involved.
Okay, I don't want to be.
It's a little
anywhere
scary.
near that. Then.
Night ops is a little more on the survival side.
Oh shit.
Okay, and then we have a 5K in the morning. So night ops will be amazing this year. It'll be something that
Now, when
nobody
when will
expects.
that take place then?
Saturday
Second.
night?
Saturday night, right
So
after
you-
the race.
Yeah, you're gonna die on the race.
So there'll be people doing all 3.
Yep. These people are unbelievable
Yeah.
in shape.
So are you going to let them camp out there, or what are they
Yep.
doing?
You can camp on site.
Okay.
So
Or there's local hotels.
How late are you wanting me there for all that?
I think the chubby bartenders should take part in the survivor.
No way.
No way.
Now I'll
Yes.
commentate.
I'll
I'd be happy
provide a
to watch.
speaker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll watch.
I'll provide a speaker and a microphone if you
Because
guys
see, the
want.
games will be over. I can get out there for the night
Oh,
out.
we could talk offline. We got a few things for you guys.
Okay.
You might like that.
Well, I know I'm coming
Yeah.
out during the day.
Yeah.
I just didn't know. Okay, I knew. Is that just for the main race you were thinking?
No.
That was the main race I was thinking.
Then Jake, what is the 5K? What, that doesn't involve obstacles?
No.
It's just a cross country.
It's a nice 5K trail run.
Okay.
And it's more of a memorial
Okay.
for fallen. And so it's a nice, it's a relaxing but beautiful terrain.
And you have several folks that are going to do
All of
three.
it. Yep.
Oh my God! What a savage you'd have.
I
to
mean, it is savage, and they
You do
are
it, man?
unbelievable.
I strictly help out.
Okay.
Are you going to be one of the night ops guys?
Yeah. He's involved.
These guys are savages.
I want to watch it.
Man, this
Somebody take me up in a helicopter and watch it from above. Yeah, yeah.
I'll give you a position.
Yeah, you ought to go out there and just sit, drink
And
beer,
night
and watch.
ops.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Take
yeah.
my side by side. We'll
That'd
just
be
go
good.
sit in the
Yeah,
woods and
that's
watch.
what we'll do. Yeah, yeah. Just so long
There's
as
a-
we can be,
there's some
just so long
serious
as there can be, so long as there can be an agreement signed in blood that
We ain't
won't,
getting
that we're
kidnapped.
not going to get fucked with. You know? Yeah,
Well, I ain't outrunning
I
nobody.
can't guarantee you that.
Hey, I got lost out there. Steven had to come get me a
Oh,
couple.
wow.
When was that?
I mean,
3
dude,
years
hey,
ago?
if you're getting lost, imagine where I'm at, dude.
I got turned around out there
mean,
one day.
You put 3 trees in my backyard, I might not be able to find my door, dude.
I love it out there. It's just everybody's just been super cool. We have a good time sitting around the fires.
Yep.
It's if I'm hanging out, that's usually where it is. You know, man, it's just I can't say enough good about it. I don't know what we could do to get it bigger.
How many participants do you guys expect? Yeah,
this year we should be anywhere between 250, 300, which we're excited. We're growing. I mean, that's not a whole bunch.
Where would you like to see it, Jake?
Oh, we'd like to see it at 1,000.
Oh, okay. Wow. And you can accommodate it.
Absolutely.
Just start them at different times.
Not a problem.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's a bigger complex than most of them.
Oh, that's the thing,
big.
man. You guys got room.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, we have the room.
yeah.
I'd say the thing that could be utilized out there is camping.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Camping, it'd
Yeah,
be
it's
nice
gorgeous.
if we could all figure out a way to get some good camping there.
Yep.
That'd be one. That's the only thing that.
And the orchards are beautiful, and we're up there today and got some of them areas mowed off. So, I mean, camping in the orchard, I mean, it's beautiful.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it'd
I
be
mean,
pretty cool.
for tent campers and stuff, like, there are a lot of people camped at Jeeping for Joy, right?
We had a few.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we have
I don't know. I mean, I don't have any idea.
12,
Oh, I was thinking more in the 20s. I don't
maybe.
know. Yeah.
No, it
Maybe.
seemed like more than that.
Did it?
Yeah.
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 I know we had them big old motorhomes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, it's just, and it's so pretty out there. It's just, man. So I know that one point. I mean, we've talked about you can see 30 miles.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
see
I mean,
Parker.
I had a guy from Michigan with me. I mean, of course, Morgan's from this area, but like his buddy grew up in Detroit and now lives in Grand Rapids. And like that guy, like literally was like, wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, none.
I took you up with them little short
Oh, yeah.
mountains back there around them little short.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, he didn't know it was coming, and they said, "Surely you're not going to go up that." And I said, we might as well. Wait a minute! I just went right in.
We were already at the top. You know.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And his eyes, bud, he was like, he was wearing his
Hey,
beard.
so
He's like,
dark out, too.
everything was good. Everything was good. He kept saying everything was good until Pudge took us on that damn off-road course.
Yeah.
But I think he really liked it.
It was a good course.
Oh my God! I mean, hey,
Hey, you guys made that mud hole impassable.
Well, I got to
Did
give
you
all
just not
credit.
did you think that perhaps it was too easy?
Well,
first day,
as
or what?
much as I thought, I had nothing to do with how difficult it got.
Cody.
We could all blame one person for that.
Cody.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's it.
We'll throw Cody under the bus.
Okay.
He said, "No way,
They're
nobody
passing
makes it through
there-
this hole."
They're just passing through it too easy today.
Yeah.
I mean, enough of this.
By the end of the night, I ended up on the trail that now goes down into the bottom,
Yeah.
around it to the left.
What are you guys going to do with that off-road course down there? You going to leave it there, let it grow back over, or what?
We'll ride around.
It'll
yeah.
it'll eventually erode and fill back in, and
I mean,
smooth
a
out.
side-by-side would eat that thing up, though, wouldn't it?
Side by sides roll through that
Yeah.
pretty good
Yeah.
for the most part. Right now, I don't know about
Oh,
that.
now it's probably ugly.
It's
Yeah.
pretty ugly right now.
yeah.
I don't know. That's why I tell. And hey man, I'm a little partial to Jeeping for Joy, but I tell you what, as far as just a good old fashioned good time, hitting some trails,
Oh yeah,
yeah. I mean,
Side by
that's,
side.
no doubt.
just the taking your Jeeps down in there.
Oh, my.
Something for everybody.
Yeah.
Good old fashioned trail ride. Nobody's getting anything damaged. I mean, you had almost 4 miles of it or something like that. I mean,
Yeah, I think there was.
so, I
That
mean,
was awesome.
Yeah, it was great. So you got the trilogy this weekend. Anything else we need to talk about next
I don't
weekend?
know. Unless we missed something, Jake. We got to get you back. We'll talk about how it went.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be all about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've we'll
Oh, you know the flag. We're gonna put that up. That's gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
a huge
Oh,
thing.
Yeah. No, I thought that might be a secret, but we're gonna
No, it's
wait till you see the hillside with the slides, guys.
How many-
50,000 square feet.
50,000 square feet
Yep.
American flag.
American flag is going to be donning
Yes,
the course.
we're going to get people out there. out there. So,
Can you imagine what that would look like from 31,000 feet flying?
Well,
over
what could be more American than sliding down the
well,
stripe of
there
an
you go.
American flag?
Yeah, well, that's what you're doing.
That's
in
it.
the course, you're
Incorporates the
sliding-
slides.
You are sliding down the American flag,
yeah.
Yes.
the Star Spangled Banner.
That's it.
That's it.
That's awesome, dude.
We're excited about it.
Where can they find
We
you?
are
WarX?
too.
This is WarX.
This is WarX.com.
at Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah. If you think you've got what,
Facebook at This is WarX.
At This is WarX. Okay.
if you think you've got what it takes, sign up and get your ass.
It's
down
not as
here and
scary
go
now
to
that
it.
we've been out there.
It's
No,
not.
It's
no,
not.
no. Like, hey, listen,
Kids ran it.
If you're running these other
then
obstacle
you can
races, then you. I mean,
Oh, you don't even
You're
have to.
cheating yourself. You're
you
cheating
could
yourself if you
literally
don't do
come
this.
out there with no experience. And you know what? If all you do is not quit, you'll make it.
You,
Well, yeah,
you can
and
walk.
we saw that a lot
Yeah.
of people. You know, they
Yeah, a
took
lot
their
of
time,
people
they did-
walk, take
Go
their
round.
time.
Well, and
you
they
ain't gotta
stayed-
die. Go round.
They stayed. Yeah, they stayed with their whole group. I mean, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
If you think you're gonna die, go round.
It's about the experience,
is that
right?
the is that the moniker out there? Well, if you think you're going to die, just walk
Oh,
around.
Eddie, whatever me and him was
Yeah.
with those
Because
obstacle
my
course
ass
races.
would be, I'd just have a shirt on that said "Walk around." Follow me to
Eddie-
walk around.
Anytime when
Yeah.
you remember when me and Eddie started
Yeah.
doing them things,
Yeah.
them obstacle course
Oh,
races.
yeah, yeah.
Any of them that he would have to go underwater to get muddy, he wouldn't do. Yeah, yeah.
So he
man.
treats his body just like his vehicles.
Oh yeah, he would get muddy, but if he had to go underwater, to do it, we had one where we had to swim under a thing.
He can't swim.
And well, I don't think he can.
That's what it is.
That's what it
hey,
is.
Eddie, we'll get you some swimming lessons, buddy.
He'll get you some flippers.
Yeah.
We'll get you some wiggies, Eddie.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
next
Oh,
time
man.
you go
Yeah,
under
yeah.
the bridge.
Water wings. Yeah.
Water wings. Water wings.
Oh man.
That's great. But hey, look up our boys Jake Moore and the folks
Absolutely.
that they are. This is WarX. So right here in Thurman, Ohio. Is that the address? Thurman?
Yeah,
Is that
kinda.
Thurman, Ohio? Is that
Orpheus
Thurman?
Road.
Orpheus Road. So look them up and give us a like and subscribe. Leave us something in the comments. See you.